sorry. I was fending off the Disney lawyers. They were camping outside my yard. They were looking at me. They were peeking in through my windows. They were like, "You're not gonna watch it, are you?" And I was like, and they were like, and I was like, and they were like, and I was like, and they were like, and I was like. Hi. I ate my hamster today. Oh, well, that's not good. Well, that's not good. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So, let's get some BGM going. Let's get some BGM going. Pokemon BGM. Get some upbeat Pokemon music going. Which is copyrighted. Damn, that's kind of loud. That's kind of loud. There we go. Alright, gamers. Really trying your luck. Really trying my luck. Really trying my luck. Pippa, my dog died. Let's go! That's not good. What'd you do with the corpse? Did you eat it? Alrighty. My favorite Disney product, Pokemon. Might as well be. Anyways. Let's start off with an article. In old school Mickey Mouse is public domain. Here's exactly what that means. Nicholas Singer, $2. The only hamster you should eat is Amy. You may have heard that Mickey Mouse is public domain as of January 1st, 2024, but what does that mean? Not as much as you might be assuming. 𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿, Pippa, any chance you know if the shirts will also be in men's or just girls from what I've seen? I'm not sure. I have no idea, sorry. I'm sorry. Only one iteration of Mickey Mouse, the version used in the 1928 cartoon in which he originated, Steamboat Willie, is now public domain. A version of Minnie Mouse from Plain Crazy, another short released the same year, is also now public domain. To celebrate, there's already a creepy video game with Mickey Steamboat Willie likeness, Infestation 88, in the works. See the trailer below.
Hey there, thanks for coming out. We've got a bit of an infestation here at the storage facility.
Oh my god. A mouse infestation?
I thought it was just rodents, but there's something else in here.
A bigger rodent! Whoa!
There's nests. They're everywhere.
I hate how people are like, oh my god, a hazard suit? This is just lethal company, bro!
The exterminators are our last hope.
Shut up!
Please, help us.
Shut up! Literally lethal company. Shut up. Everything is lethal company. Wishlist now on Steam. It's probably garbage. It's probably a terrible game. It is probably a dog shit game. Literal shovelware. Bahamut, thank you. Amy might be a little on the spicy side after her noodle stream. Blame Fishman for that. Did Fishman make her eat noodles? As far as you, man, 𝐒𝐡𝐚𝐭 really let herself go. You may recall that when Winnie the Pooh entered the public domain, we were graced with the slasher Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Now that Steamboat Willie is public domain, what can you do with it and how will it impact Disney? Let us explain. Is Steamboat Willie public domain? Yep, Steamboat Willie and Plain Crazy became public domain on January 1st, 2024 after Disney's 95-year copyright expired. Here's the fun part! Here's the fun part! For the record, copyrights used to only be for 75 years after corporate authorship and or 50 years after the death of an author. But Disney previously lobbied to have them extended another 20 years, specifically to keep Steamboat Willie under their massive umbrella. Fucking Disney! I am amazed, chat. I am honestly amazed that they didn't like rig it so that way it would just like never expire or something. I am genuinely amazed that Disney was not like, well, but actually, I mean, the Disney Corporation's not dead, so how could we lose the copyright? You know, I'm surprised they didn't pull like some sort of bullshit. Before that, it was even lower. Didn't it used to be like 20 years tops? Girl, I think $5 or like 50 years. Or I thought it was just like whenever the author died, maybe? Was it 20 years after the author died? Something like that. Speaking of horror games, you check out B3313. It's literally Schizo Mario 64. I've never even heard of that. 28. Oh. 𝐿𝐴𝐚𝐥, thank you. They tried. They tried, Pippa. Oh my god. 𝐿𝐴𝐚�, thank you, $10. I've noticed a strange trend of recently public or dominant properties getting the fucked up and evil treatment right away. Is this because of the millennial writing or Five Nights at Freddy's and its consequences? I think it's because I don't think it's either of those things. I think it's people like the contrast, right? I think it's like people are used to seeing Mickey Mouse as like a very wholesome thing. People are used to seeing Winnie the Pooh as like a very wholesome thing, right? Disney doesn't do horror. So when you have like an edgy or horror movie version of the characters, right? Like it's gonna naturally intrigue people. This has been a thing since forever, like in adult cartoons, right? In adult cartoons like Family Guy and shit, and like Drawn Together. Like those weren't millennials writing Drawn Together, but Drawn Together's entire shtick is like parodying family-friendly cartoons. Dylan Chapman, thank you for $5. I didn't know the shirts were women's fit only. I bought one without looking. Oh no. Oh no. What parts of Mickey Mouse are public domain? Oh, that sounds grisly, doesn't it? Essentially, the only part of Mickey Mouse that's public domain is the design and depiction of Mickey Mouse from Steamboat Willie. Other versions of the revered rodent remain under copyright of Disney. I wonder when like Fantasia Mickey becomes public domain. I guess just 75 years after whenever the movie came out? Question mark? Or would it be the first ever? How does that work? How does that work? Another 15 years. I hope I'm alive for that. But Ghost says thank you! There was a Disney horror game with rotting steampunk versions of their mascots, but they all came surprisingly close to making? That sounds based. In 15 years. We'll see. You'll be alive, hopefully. Yeah, I'm curious. 95 years after 1940, so yeah. 2035. Some of the songs entering public domain this year include Mac the Knife, I Wanna Be Loved by You, Makin' Whoopee, Let's Do It, Let's Fall in Love, Boku Jack, Pickpocket Blues, Empty Bed Blues, There's a Rainbow Round My Shoulder. Films newly minted in the public domain include... Oh, I don't know why I'm doing this top to bottom. Lights of New York, sold as the first all-taking film, The Cameraman, The Circus, Should Married Men Go Home, The Man Who Laughs, and Street Angel, and Oswald the Lucky Rabbit! Oswald! I wonder if that was why there was such a push for Oswald merch recently. Is because he was entering the public domain. So they were like, we need to milk this property as dry as possible because we're not going to be the only ones making it anymore. I really hate this. Rock'em Sock'em, thank you for $10. I really hate this trend of whenever something becomes public domain, people will immediately produce stupid, edgy horror slop. I know it's always been a thing, but it's just too easy to do, in my opinion. I mean, it's easy to do anything. It's just if a product's not gonna be good, it's not gonna be good. It doesn't matter like what kind of product it is, you know. What entered public domain? Quite a few creative works. Peter Pan stage play version, Lady Chatterley's Lover, Orlando, a biography, Dark Princess, The Well of Loneliness, All Quiet on the Western Front, original English translation, The Mystery of the Blue Train, West Running Brook, House at Pooh Corner, which introduces Tigger to public domain. Dun dun dun! So, fun fact, right? Translations have their own copyrights, right? A lot of people don't realize this. But like, so books that are translated from another language, especially, right? There's usually a bunch of different translations for them. So, give me a second. I will show you. Crime and Punishment has a bunch of different translations. Some are notoriously horrible. And there's like one main translation that you guys probably read if you've ever read the book, which is the Constance Garnett version, which I have a copy of right here. Mine is actually from... When is mine from? My copy of this book and this translation is... I stole it from the library by accident. I stole it from the library by accident quite a while ago. And the earliest stamp on it is from 1983. But the copyright on it... So this is from the Heritage reprints. And this copy is from... The special contents of this edition are copyright 1938 by the Heritage Press. I don't think the book is that old. It is like very yellowed. You klepto. I moved and I didn't realize I still had it. I'm sorry. Thank you. Hi Pippa, you should check out the new horror game Buckshot Roulette. It's basically a Russian roulette simulator. I might have to check it out. So that's what I have right here from 1914. Is the translation. So this is public domain already. There's the Frederick Wishaw version, which is also public domain. David, I think. Shit, I don't hold on. Okay, quick maths. Wait. When did this come out? When did Steamboat Willie come out? 1928, and it only just became... Okay, so I guess the Constance Garnett and the Frederick Wishaw versions are the only ones that are public domain. Math makes my brain hurt. Same. Fun fact, this one is notoriously awful. The Princess Alexandra Kropotkin one. She's like an actual like Russian nobility. Sergeant Buck, thank you. I had a professor that told me there was no point in reading Dostoevsky because he had nothing worthwhile to say. What an idiot. I mean, I like the book, but I think it's understandable to think somebody's a fucking idiot, right? Right? Like, just because... See, this is something with, like, books, right, chat? Is people will be like, oh, it's a classic, so it's infallible. It's a classic, so it's, like, a cut above the rest. It's a classic, so it's like... It's just on its own thing. You can't think it's shit. But you know what, chat? Sometimes classics fucking suck. Sometimes people fucking suck, right? Think about it in the modern day, right? If somebody you fucking hate or somebody you think is fucking stupid writes a book, you can think that book is fucking stupid. Nicklax, thank you. I'm tired of turning wholesome things into edgy stories. I want something dark made nice and happy, like Legend of the Overfriend. Dead Rat Fiasco, thank you. Come Big PP. Max, thank you. So what you're saying is Disney still has Spanish Mickey. They might have a Spanish translation. Classics are usually good, but not always. A lot of classics were good for their time, right? Like, that they became classics. You know what I mean? Like, something might become like a classic, but it was viewed that way at the time. Not necessarily when it first came out, but maybe like 20 years later, the cultural consciousness was like, hey, this kind of like fits our society at the moment, right? So you might have like a book that's about wartime, right? That becomes a classic as a society is moving into wartime, right? It's like, yeah, historical context can mean a lot, exactly. So just because something is a classic does not mean like it's still relevant to you, right? It doesn't mean it's bad, and it doesn't mean that it's poorly written or whatever, but you have to look at it in the context of when it's originally written and the context of when it became so celebrated. In the Pale Moonlight, thank you for the $5. Fun fact, the movie you starred in... Oh my god. Curling, come big pee. Classics are classics because they're timeless. Is any story truly timeless? I don't know. I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think classics are generally like really wonderful stories, right? But not always entirely relevant, right? I think time and history is pretty cyclical, right? So it'll come back into like fashion eventually. But certain stories are going to resonate more with people at certain points in time. One, Eroy, classics have timeless themes or ideas. The context of the story is not timeless. Lord of the Rings is a true timeless classic. Recurring themes and ideas. Classics for me are the ones that build the path for future pieces of future generations. Spartax, thank you. The Princess version reminds me of the massive push that happened to censor Huck Finn because the gamer words. Mark Twain gets shafted too much now. Mr. Era, thank you. Some classics also become so influential that they inspire far better works down the lane and end up kind of shitty by comparison. I 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that. So not applicable. Thank you for coming, Big BB. That's the thing with like a lot of movies, right? A lot of old movies. If you've been watching them with me, right? So not applicable and the Wolf Marshal, then come Big B. Dog, then come Big BB. If you've been watching those with me, right? You'll probably see like a lot of like the old horror movies are just fucking dog shit, right? Like they're horror classics, but they fucking suck in comparison to like, or in relation to newer horror movies, you know? They were good at the time. They were good at the time. And you can look back and you can appreciate them in their context, right? But some things... yeah. Glow in the Dark Smiler, thank you. Lord of the Rings is a great example of why you should know classics to know they influence later stories. Bongo Bingo Tango Mango, thank you. Gonna go with Pipple on this one. Another example, say the Beatles had a lot of innovations for their time, but it became standard, so then click now. Bullfrog, thank you. Have you ever read Edgar Allan Poe's writing? I think everybody has to read Edgar Allan Poe's writing, right? I think you just get forced to in school, whether you want to or not. I mean, I enjoyed it. But my sister loves them. Lots of love from Australia. Piros, thank you. Urotsuki Doji is a true timeless classic. The Beatles were always shit. I really liked Poe. I liked Telltale Heart. And Annabelle Lee by the Sea. Bahamut, thank you. True, but the OG Fast and Furious was better. True! True! Are you saying The Shining of its time? It's the enjoyable type of forced reading? It depends. There was certainly a lot of mandatory reading in school that I fucking hated. West Side Story being like the most annoying. I did not enjoy West Side Story. I thought it was fucking insufferable. It's like, yeah, I want to read Romeo and Juliet, but worse and set in New York. That's fun. That's what I want to do. That's great. Max, thank you. Cheesy and cliche were once revolutionary ideas. True. Mazora, thank you. Or worse, those older stories get milked to death by greedy companies that take away all the joy and splendor from them, like Star Wars and Alien. True. W Take, thank you. Finally, chat agrees with me. Rick Bain, thank you. Leprechaun Back to the Hood is forever a hood classic. Music and fiction, thank you. Edgar Allan Poe leads you to Alan Parsons. The Cask of Amontillado is a great story and great song. Literature and music go great together. I didn't know there's a song about the Cask of Amontillado, but I definitely enjoyed the Cask of Amontillado. Alien 3 was underappreciated. Got Telltale Heart as an assignment. I didn't get it as an assignment, but it was in like a... it was in like a little... The school that I went to had a very rich benefactor who would buy specifically the English class like whatever they wanted. Like whatever the fuck they wanted. So my teacher would buy these like magazines. There was like it was like a monthly literature magazine, and it would be like a bunch of classic stories with beautiful illustrations. I say thank you. You sound smart when you talk about books. I would have never guessed. What the fuck? JP, thank you. Do you ever think about bringing book club back? I would love for you to read The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. That's a book that I've wanted to read anyways. Maybe. Perhaps, maybe. Link, thank you. Just out of sheer curiosity, Pippa, how many near-death experiences have you had in your life? Also, my favorite story I read in school was Hatchet. I read Hatchet! How many near-death experiences? I think like 3 or 4. Hatchet was fun. Hatchet, for those of you guys who haven't read it, it's about a boy who gets... His plane crashes and he has nothing but a hatchet that his dad gave him. If I remember correctly, it's from his dad. And he watches like the pilot die, which was like a very well written, in my opinion, and haunting scene for like a young adult novel. And it's kind of like a coming of age story, but the guy's out on his own and in the woods trying to survive. I really liked stories like that. Like the alone and trying to survive stories, like Hatchet and Island of the Blue Dolphins. 𝐿𝐴𝐼𝐿, thank you. West Side Story made me irrationally scared. A street king was gonna snap at and dance on me. What's the out to that scenario? Film them and say you got a famous TikTok account or something. They'll be like, oh, hell yeah. Well, hell, thank you for coming to pee-pee. They read a Hatchet to us in elementary. That was great. Oh, I don't remember when I read Hatchet. I think it might have been in elementary. It was pretty dark for its reading level. Cobalt Knight, thank you. Most cinephile, Citizen Kane is the best movie ever. Meanwhile, me, Speed Racer, CG car, go vroom. Old Red, thank you. My favorite part of Hatchet was him remembering his teacher saying, if you're going to do something, do it right, keeping him from unaliving. Helped me out a lot. Aww. Kiko Blitz, thank you. Gonna ask the question everyone is wondering. Steamboat Willie, watch along win. Also, Hatchet is goated. Pippa love. I've only been live for 23 minutes. We can do it at the 30-minute mark. How about that? My ghost says thank you. There's a longer version of Hatchet where he has to stay into the winter. Oh. Holes with Shia LaBeouf. I tried reading the Holes book and I could not get into it. I remember when the movie came out and I saw the book everywhere, and the book has like the dumbest front illustration. I remember thinking that the front illustration of Holes, it looks like he's wearing an orange pot on his head. 𝐿𝐴𝐿, thank you. Have you ever read My Side of the Mountain? I have not. That's the one with the peregrine on the front though, right? Talking Pulp Press, thank you. Hatchet was 5th grade for me. Google Blitz, thank you. Homie stole part of my name. What the hell? It's just guy looking at you sideways. It looks weird. The Giver? I never read The Giver. It looked like shit. The Giver looked like another one of those books where it's like, oh, appreciate life and understand that life is good to you and blah, 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 blah. Also, the world sucks. So I didn't read it. I don't know what it's actually about. It was? Okay. Yeah, it looked like... It did not look like my kind of thing. And Temos, thank you. Good evening, Pippa. Love that you start streaming right as I get out of work. Nothing better after a long day. Hell yeah. I'll slay you. Thank you. If you bring back book club, don't leave it up to democracy. Remember index. Yeah, this time it would be I pick the book that I want to read anyways, and you guys can just join me. Gymnast, thank you. Nyaro made you into a marketable mascot. So when is the theme park arc going to happen? Ooh, maybe we should play Planet Coaster. Lord Brown Bear, thank you. Reading Hatchet gave me a healthy fear of moose. Understandable. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. I got bored and annoyed in class and started reading Dante's Inferno. Oh. That's all it should have been. That's probably a better way of doing things. Steamboat Pippa. Isn't that what we did the whole time? What? Just read whatever you wanted to read? Just D is nuts, thank you. To Kill a Mockingbird, best book? I never actually read To Kill a Mockingbird. I definitely gotta go back to that one. You reminded me of Mockingjay though, because like the new Hunger Games just came out, so I've been thinking about hosting a Phase Connect Hunger Games tournament, but I have no idea how to really host a tournament like that. I don't know. I was thinking of like, do you guys remember the YouTube, or not YouTube, do you guys remember the Minecraft servers people would do? The Hunger Games Minecraft servers? I'm thinking about like the logistics of that. Like, I probably need like multiple cameramen flying around and stuff. Unless I install like a spectator mod or something. I don't know. Remember the 𝐒𝐴𝐽 doing that? Yeah. I'll ask management about that. I think Base Connect Hunger Games would be really fun in Minecraft. Host Hunger Games in real life. That being said, the Hunger Game books were fucking trash. I do not understand how that shit got popular. I don't know. It was just a shit story. I enjoyed the movies more. Did I say movies? I only watched the first movie. But like, I read all of the Hunger Games books because my science teacher that I was really attached to, she was like, you have to read these. You're gonna love them. And I read them and I was like, this is fucking horrible. This is horrible. If you say so, thank you. Fun fact, Steamboat Willie is based off the old song Steamboat Bill, which is also in public domain. Oh, Malcolm Liang, thank you. There's a game called Scum that has a host drone that can fly around the island to see survivalists. They need to eat, defecate, and keep warm to live. Oh. Potato Radio, thank you. Irony, Pinocchio would have been covered still when Disney made it. If current laws existed then, it was public domain. Oh. Melvin Merkel Hopper, thank you. You're gonna read Dr. Moreau again. You have one of the most relaxing reading voices, and yet you use it to scream at video games you're terrible at. Shut up! Maybe. What's your favorite Roman/Greek classic? I don't think I have one. I can't even name any Roman or Greek literature off of the top of my head. Not the YA novels? YA novels are always dog shit. I don't understand why you would... Okay, hot take. I don't understand why you would read YA novels when there's real books out there that are... Oh, the Odyssey? Shit. Okay, well, I had a copy of that, and I started it and didn't continue it. Iliad? I had like a really nice edition of the Odyssey that I got from Goodwill. And I don't know where it went. A lot of YA novels are written to appeal to youth without actual quality. They're fucking dog shit. Most YA is kind of meh once you're no longer a teenager. Well, if you go onto YouTube, there's a corner of YouTube called BookTube. And it's all like millennials and older Zoomers and shit. And they're all talking about the latest fucking YA novel, like Sarah J. Maas shit. And it's like, why are you reading that? Like, I'm happy for you that you're having fun, but like, those books suck. The books suck. I say as a VTuber who watches anime, but still. I don't understand the appeal. I do not understand the appeal of shit like A Court of Thorns and Roses, Hunger Games, fucking Twilight. What Divergent? That's like a book series, I think. Quit having fun. You're allowed to have fun. I don't understand it. I don't understand. And why it's such a big market too. I don't understand why it's... I guess because like the people who read are usually young adults because they have to read because they're still in school. So then the booktubers that are interested in those kinds of books are the ones that get popular and are able to maintain their channels because they have a larger audience. But it's like, man, those books are shit. Those books are so fucking bad. I don't understand. Yes, thank you. 92 translation team also did all of Dostoevsky's other novels. Goats, to be honest. The Highland Juggler, thank you. Speaking of trash books, Twilight. Also, speaking of Twilight, have you ever read the Schizo post that explains how 9/11 and Twilight made the European Portuguese accent get replaced by Brazilian Rio? No, I am not. Intel, thank you. What's the trope that makes you slam the book shut? It's like right at the end, but endings that are non-endings. Right? When I read a book and the ending is like, oh, we intentionally left everything very confusing and at like a halfway point in the story because it's like meant to make you think. You're meant to wonder what happens next. Bro, fuck off. Fuck off. Why? You were just too lazy to give a real good fucking ending. Shut the fuck up. I hate that shit, man. I hate that shit. Right at the end, they're like, you're just gonna have to guess what happens. Fuck off. You're not Inception, man. You're not fucking Inception, okay? Shut the fuck up. Like, Inception had an ending, and then it was like, but what if? Right? So many books are like, but what if? And there's no ending! There's no ending! It'll be shit like you're reading like a fucking sports book or whatever, right? And the ending is like they just get to like the grand competition, right? They just get to the finals, and it's like, I understand. The message is supposed to be that it doesn't matter if they win or lose, because it was about the journey. So you're depriving the reader of the ending in order to prevent that from impacting the theme of winning or losing not matter. Like that kind of shit, right? But fuck off! Such a fucking waste of time. Followings, thank you. Lovecraft stories still hold up today. They were pretty good. I read some of them on stream. Red Planet Missionary, thank you. Where the Red Fern Grows is a great book. It was such a good book. It made me so sad as a kid. SDE, thank you. Have you ever read Shadow Over Innsmouth? I don't think so. And Watcher, thank you. Mistborn is technically YA, and it's fucking awesome. The Cosmere... Read books? Read Lord of the Flies. I did, and the version that I read had a bunch of annotations in it, which kind of killed the experience a little bit. I had a copy of Lord of the Flies where somebody had used a highlighter and highlighted a bunch of shit and wrote a bunch of notes in the margins, which is cute, right? And I could have ignored them, but I was curious what this other person was thinking while they read the book. And so I kept looking at him as like, foreshadowing question mark? Foreshadowing question mark? Reference to page 29? Like shit like that. And I was like, Of course, but spoilers. This is, thank you. I agree so much. We left it up to the reader's imagination. It's your story, not mine. Tell me how it ends. Exactly! Not applicable, thank you. Twilight was popular for the same reason harem anime were popular. I can understand Twilight more than Hunger Games. Right? Because Twilight, right? Like the whole thing is it's like a romance book, right? And there's always going to be the like junk food romance audience, right? But Hunger Games was just, in my opinion, a very poorly written, like, dystopian thriller. It just was not good. It just was not good. Every character was so fucking unlikable. The world is so fucking boring. I liked the concept of, like, the Hunger Games themselves, right? The actual, like, Battle Royale part. But, like, the districts did not make any sense to me, personally. Like, you're telling me you have a sustainable economic system by dividing up all of your... you have all these districts and they all specialize in, like, specific exports? That's not very based capitalism of you. Dreadpard Roberts, thank you. Need a good book? Read the Bible. Drizzle, thank you. I've never gotten a decent explanation as to how Popeye the Sailor Man lost his eye. I don't remember how the world fully worked, because it's been so long. It's been at least 10 years since I read Hunger Games. But the world did not make any sense to me. The world of the Hunger Games did not make any sense to me. Improv Man, thank you. Avoid Lord of the Flies Folsom Street Edition. Aaron G, thank you. School made us read Flowers for Algernon in 5th. Oh, that's mean. That's really fucking mean, actually. You know what they call Hunger Games? What? What? If you like Battle Royale stories, you should try Battle Royale. Isn't that just a movie? I don't think there's a book of it. That's literally peak capitalism. You have separated districts that, if I remember correctly, are not allowed to, like, intermingle with each other. And people are, like, locked into living in each district. Oh, there is a book. Oh, okay. I had no idea. I've never read it. Malkai, thank you. Have you read the older military sci-fi stuff? I recommend Heinlein, Haldeman, and Steakley. Nope. The world of the Hunger Games, they're, like, separated into these districts that have different, different main exports. And everybody's like locked into their district, right? You're like stuck in the district that you're born in. And each district is expected to provide like certain shit. And the district that the main character is from is like the coal miner district or whatever. It's like the poorest of the poor. Which makes more sense to me, right? And the like port district that their main export is like fishing and stuff, like that kind of makes sense. But it's like, and people have shops and stuff within these districts, but it's like you're basically nerfing these micro economies. Yeah, despite the fact that they were surrounded by forest, yeah. And they weren't allowed to hunt or anything. These characters in the district were not allowed to hunt or anything, right? It's like, it's so hyper-focused, you have to export this. It made no sense, right? If you want to have like a really wealthy capital, why would you not allow these districts to dabble in other exports and cross-pollinate? I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird. I guess I understand it was all about like control, right? But I don't know. I just didn't like the way it was done. I just didn't like the way it was done. It's basically just RPG setting that had very little thought put into it. Because terrible writing. Because then they become autonomous. You found a massive deposit of tungsten? You can't mine it, you're in the coal district. Tactical Derpy, thank you. 5th grade English teacher thought Bridge to Terabithia was the greatest writing of all time with deep meanings. I never read that book. I watched the movie. It was okay. What does Steamboat Willie think about this? What does Steamboat Willie think about this? What does Steamboat Willie think about this? Let's find out. Let's see how the audio on this is. I read Night by Ellie Weasel. Shit bored me too. Never read that. Ken Noise Heck, thank you. Books You Bright and Rising Angels by William Woolman. The Day of Creation by J.G. Ballard. The Rings of Saturn by W.G. Sebald. Seen by Jose Saramago. Never read any of those. Honk honk! Shut that down. That's it! That's the thing! That's the thing! He's doing the thing! He's doing the thing, chat! So this is what's copyrighted. What was copyrighted. D&D Drizzt novels. I know you like D&D. Read? I have not, but I used to play D&D with somebody who was obsessed with Drizzt. Ah! That's Pete! Oh no, what's he saying? How dare he? I'm gonna move this over here a bit. There we go. Maybe more? Maybe like that? This motherfucker is not speaking English. Just finished The Shadow of What Was Lost. Great book. Thank you, Jacob Anderson, for $5. Internet Nobody, thank you. Read Book of the New Sun. It's based. What is that? Is that chocolate? What the hell is that? Oil? Oh, chewing tobacco. Oh, okay. That makes sense. That? You fucked idiot. They don't make cartoons like they used to. Thank you. Funny thing about Mickey being public domain, a lawyer partnered with an artist to make Seedy Creek with Steamboat Willie, a series detailing Disney's corruptions and failings on Indiegogo. Oh, that could be interesting to watch. That cow looks severely malnourished. This is so surreal watching Mickey Mouse on stream. This feels wrong, chat. This feels wrong. It feels like I'm about to receive like a letter in my physical mailbox telling me to shut it down. Colonel Saxon, thank you. Was browsing USA Gundam store, saw the Thunderbolt Squad vodka figure. Looks like Pippa fused with Kirsha and dropped into a sci-fi world. Hey! Off he goes. Pro Maniac Bro, thank you. Steamboat Willie, I remember when we used to sell... Okay, buddy. Let's dizzy the cam! Pip is now a pirate. I'm not a pirate! Leave him there! Oh no! Wait, so this version of Minnie is also... public domain, right? What the hell? What the hell? Oh no! Version 10, thank you. Will the supers ever go on sale again? I'm not sure. I have no idea. You can get them in the lucky box, but it's like a certain percentage chance. Jackus, thank you. You ain't lived as a kid until you picked up half a filled Pepsi can, took a drink, and got a mouthful of tobacco spit. Ew. Ew. It was the 50s, it was a different time. Ding ding dong. Which part of Bendy and the Ink Machine is this? This is one of the DLCs. Joseph Den, thank you. Slushy status. I have Tom Tom Pudding from Sanrio. The Build-A-Bear version. Tim San, thank you. You're vibing. Off topic, but you should take up bat on our two lore offer. She's good people and you two could change it like crazy. Oh, I wonder when she's available. Okay, thank you. Oh my god, it's literally Lethal Company! Shut up! No! What the fuck? Mickey! Mickey! What the fuck? Mickey! That's not an instrument! Oh my god. My desire, thank you. Check out a book called The Blade itself. It's the first book in a trilogy called The First Law. 9 books in total. Best books I've ever read. I've never even heard of that. Oh god. Mickey's kind of a psychopath. So is the bird. You're next, buddy. Jesus Christ. This cow is massive in comparison to him. I don't think damn cartoons back then really sucked. Imagine being a kid in the early 50s and this is all you had to watch. Eldorado and Eduardo, thank you. Mickey condones animal abuse, true. In the uncensored version, Mickey plays the pig's nipples. Are you serious? Are you serious? I know a bunch of Fantasia got censored. It's in the vault. Understandable. That potato looks like a cookie. Jesus Christ. He's so mad! Oh! Mickey's kind of a piece of shit in this. Not exactly thank you. Watching this cartoon, oddly enough, reminds me of the best cartoon film series ever made. Hot Wheels Acceleracers, which you should totally watch. Shut up. The bird is dead. That bird is dead. That bird is fucking dead. So yes, thank you. We should bring back potato bins. Gustavo Sus Amanita, thank you for the 25 HK. So, Mr. Mickey Mouse, you said the reasons for your divorcement was that Minnie Mouse was absolutely stupid? No, Your Honor, she was fucking goofy. Michael Price, thank you. Genuinely surprised Disney didn't play their Illuminati membership card to keep their rights to Mickey. Jen Rollins, thank you. Can we also watch Plain Crazy? Sure. Sure, let me find it. Plain Crazy. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Boop. Plain Crazy. When do we watch The Man Who Laughs? Only the silent version is public domain? Huh? Well, this version's on here. Oops. Well, in the dark smile, thank you. If you think that animal abuse is bad, you should look up the Ice Cream song. It's a lot more messed up. We'll find out soon. But this version is on here, and it was uploaded 7 years ago. Wait, why was it uploaded 7 years ago if it only just now became public domain? Just mute it? Disney don't care. Unless a streamer watches it. In which case, fuck you, streamer. How dare you? Man, what does this say? Why is this one taller? What the fuck? Public domain in 4 years. The music is? I have never seen this dog character before. Who is this dog? What the hell? What the hell is that? What the hell is this character, chat? What the hell is this? Pluto in here? But who is this? What is this animal? Rosa, thank you. When will the 16:9 versions be released? That's a javelina. This is a fever dream. A koala? Get rotated? An aardvark? Yeah, that dog is dead. That dog is kitten in a blender. Shit. Mickey condones animal violence. That's 𝐂𝐡𝐚𝐭. Oh, is he a cow? Oh no! He's plain. Proto Goofy? That's Neptune? 1928 was wild. He's a pig. 𝐂𝐡𝐚𝐭? He's a pig? No, it's okay. Mickey's an animal too. That's Mickey. Well, yeah, we're looking at Mickey right now. Not every character needs a name, rabbit. Oh shit, this turkey's about to die. What the fuck? What the fuck? So it's just violence. They don't make cartoons like they used to. She's looking so shy. This is so awkward without any BGM. Nope. Topless Minnie. Wait, yeah, she is topless. She had a top in the intro card, in the title card, but she doesn't have one now. Like he just takes what he wants, even body parts. Oh. Well, Minnie just took the fucking plane, so. Music sounds like the 𝐒𝐻𝐿 theme from Monster Hunter. Whoa. I like how the plane is like liquidy. Dandran, thank you. A second mouse has hit the World Trade Center. Kieran Retro, thank you. Congratulations, Pippa. You are the co-winner of my fantasy football league. As I named my team the Pipkin Rippers and we won the championship this weekend. Here's your part of the winnings. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Proud of you and your win. Hell yeah. He was right. 𝐒𝐻𝐿 theme? Does it sound like the 𝐒𝐻𝐿 theme? I don't even remember what 𝐒𝐻𝐿's theme sounds like. Mickey Mouse, first word was hot dogs. Hot dog. What the fuck? There's a lot of cows and udders in these. Oh, 𝐒𝐻𝐿's theme is silence. Shit. Right, because he's deaf. Fuck. I hate you, chat. Yes, thank you. Moo, you really built different. He's blind. Bahamut, thank you. That was some fast whipped cream. Is he deaf and blind? I thought 𝐒𝐿𝐴, he doesn't have anything. He's just a mouth. 𝐒𝐿𝐴 ain't deaf? He's not? Pippa, you would probably be a farmer back then, so it made sense. What the fuck? There were plenty of people living in towns and shit, not being farmers. Back in 1928. Well, 𝐒𝐿𝐴 can hear. 𝐒𝐿𝐴 can smell. He is deaf, though. But what about hearing? Think he has ear holes? 𝐒𝐿𝐴 wasn't deaf, but he doesn't have eyes. Huh. Huh. I want to play more Monster Hunter. More lived in rural areas back then? A carrot farmer? Shut up. That would be fun. Please do. Oh my god! Now that's just indecent. I remember when there was good wholesome content on TV. We just watched that mouse take off her bloomers and use them as a parachute? What does the world come to? 𝐿𝐴𝐚𝐥, thank you. I can totally understand why the rubber hose fell off. That whole first-person sequence was making me sick. Ew. I think it's delightful. I think it's very delightful to watch. Nope. Pippa, did you not just see the assault? No, I missed that part. I was reading chat. Wow, wow, wow! The end. Wait, now she doesn't have a top anymore. Mickey got the full upskirt there. Huh. Okay, that is definitely copyright. Presumably. Yeah, official Pink Panther. Yeah, these are all copyright, buddy. You trying to get me taken down? Trying to get me taken down? What the hell? It's so awkward now. The silence is deafening. I unpaused the music and it took a second. Hi, Magikarp, thank you. Asmund is playing Monster Hunter as a great sword main. What weapon do you use, Pippa? I like Lance. They're targeting you specifically. Can you speak up? Whispers are nice. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Wow, we burned through like all that content in under an hour. We burned through like all that content in under an hour. What the hell do we talk about now? I don't know why I thought Steamboat Willie was like an hour-long film. I don't know why I thought that was longer. Is there like a fun little video or something or article that talks about Disney's copyright? Hold on. Dun 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 dun. Mickey Mouse long a symbol. I want an article that talks about what Disney's been doing. Okay, here's an article that has like some information, I think. Question mark? Question mark? Come on, Magikarp, thank you. Had to tip for Lance, man. Lance and Gun Lance for life. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Cop body cam. I'm not putting on cop body cam footage on a Mickey Mouse stream, alright? Epstein's List leaked today. That was yesterday. Keep up, idiot. By the way, Bill Clinton is on there the most amount of time, so... Actually, a lot of people were on there. A lot of people were on there. It was pretty funny. 𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐵, thank you. Based for using Lance, at least you're not a cringe dual blades or longsword user. Oh, there's new docs! Wait, there's new ones? CS, thank you. Watch the Face Connect Smash or Pass bit. What? Is there more on there? Jimmy Kimmel. Is Jimmy Kimmel on there? Stephen Hawking? Stephen Hawking was on it somehow? Okay, that doesn't seem right. Official release today. Levi Q, thank you. On topic Disney rides together. Oh, that could be fun. I said, let's not get derailed, and then I'm like, so Epstein's List! Stephen Hawking has pictures with Epstein. But was he involved in that? Stephen was a freak, it's a known thing. Justin, thank you. Any plans this weekend? Not that I can think of. What about you? What about you? Mohammed, thank you. Yeah, don't go over that. Tim Pools. Stream got nuked for talking about it. Nah. Rodian, thank you. First stream of the new year. I'm able to catch live. Thanks for all you do, and I'm excited to see what this year has in store for you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Alright. Dan O'Neill was 53 years ahead of his time. In 1971, he launched a countercultural attack on Mickey Mouse in his underground comic book, Air Pirate Funnies. The lovable mouse was seen smuggling drugs and performing oral sex on Minnie. As O'Neill had hoped, Disney sued him for copyright infringement. He believed it was a legal parody, but after 8 years in court, he was saddled with a judgment he could not pay. To stay out of prison, he agreed never to draw Mickey Mouse again. Ooh, he tempted the Disney lawyers? What a fucking idiot. Colored Shelving, thank you. Epstein was known to... Her. Can you read that to us today? Probably not. Probably not. BGM loud? I think you guys are wrong. I think you guys are wrong. The BGM is low on my thing. Like I can show you like the slider bars. Lynch, thank you. BGM's fine. Kind size, thank you. My brain is broken, so the insect glaive is the only weapon I enjoy using. You're stupid. It's a little high. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. This is why streamers just use one BGM and they make their chat listen to it, and they're in the background listening to real music. It's still a crime for me, said O'Neill, 81, in a phone interview from his home in Nevada City, California. If I draw a picture of Mickey Mouse, I owe Walt Disney a $190,000 fine, $10,000 more for legal fees, and a year in prison. Mickey and Minnie will enter the public domain on January 1st. From then on, Disney will no longer enjoy an exclusive copyright over the earliest versions of the characters. Underground cartoonists, filmmakers, novelists, songwriters, whoever will be free to do what they want with them. Prius, thank you. It gets cold this time of year. Hope that isn't that bad for you. Does your trailer have good heating? Shut up. Mickey Mouse has long been a symbol in the copyright wars. Beyond the practical impact, the expiration 95 years after his debut in the short film Steamboat Willie is also a major symbolic milestone. This is a big one, said Jennifer Jenkins, director of the Duke Center for the Study of the Public Domain. It's generating so much excitement in the copyright community. It's finally happening. Slow but bass, thank you. Rogue only bonk with hammer. Every January 1st, Jenkins celebrates Public Domain Day, publishing a long list of works that are now free for artists to remix and reimagine. This year's list includes Tigger, who, like Mickey Mouse, made his first appearance in 1928. Other 1928 works include Lady Chatterley's Lover, All Quiet on the Western Front, and Buster Keaton's The Cameraman. The celebrations are relatively recent. After Congress extended copyright terms in 1998, 20 years went by when nothing entered the public domain. Works began to lose copyright protection again in 2019, and since then, it's been open season on The Great Gatsby, Rhapsody in Blue, and Winnie the Pooh. The recent adaptations of those works could offer a preview of what awaits Mickey Mouse. Just add zombies appears to be a popular thing to do, Jenkins said. The Great Gatsby Undead popped up on Amazon on January 2nd, 2021, followed by The Great Gatsby and the Zombies. There is also, of course, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, the slasher film that made several critics' lists of the worst films of 2023. Released in the US in February through distributor Fathom Events, the film commanded a fair amount of media attention for its shock value, but to date has only grossed $5 million worldwide. For someone Japanese name, thank you for the $5. There's an urban legend of a short from the 30s for Walt's B-Day that was an adult animation by Disney animators as a joke. Walt fired the creators. Ash Kajioni, thank you. Great sword or skill issue? Lance number 1. A lot of people do lots of things. said Lawrence Lessig, a Harvard law professor who has written and advocated extensively on copyright issues. This is the thing that people in Hollywood are not focused on. There's an extraordinary range of people who create just for the love of creativity. Oh. What does this say? Nick's Kids, adults only. Air Pirates Funnies from 1971, in which Mickey Mouse is portrayed as a drug smuggler. Lessig may be responsible for as responsible as anyone for putting Mickey Mouse at the center of the copyright debate. He was the most prominent critic of the 20-year extension, without which Disney's copyright on its signature character would have expired in 2004. Lessig called the law the Mickey Mouse Protection Act. He does not remember whether he coined the term or borrowed it from someone else, but he used it a lot and it stuck. Disney certainly lobbied for the bill, but some argue that its role in the legislation has been exaggerated, noting that many other copyright holders, including songwriters and the George Gershwin estate, also pushed for it. Disney's fearsome reputation was always a little overstated. They make a convenient boogeyman, said Zvi Rosen, a law professor at the Southern Illinois University, who argues that Disney's lobbying was not a major factor. It became really about Mickey Mouse in terms of the public debate once the law passed. Jinro and thank you. Popeye enters the public domain next year. Highland Juggler, thank you. Allow me to destroy chat. Disney hating. I'm not reading that. We're not getting into that. We're not getting into that. Lessig fought the extension all the way to the Supreme Court. He argued that Congress might keep granting extensions, thwarting the constitutional mandate that copyrights be for limited times. He lost 7-2, but the debate helped advance the movement for Creative Commons and an appreciation for the benefits of remix culture. That movement awoke people to the essential need for balance in this. Lessig said at the beginning of this fight it was simply a battle between the pirates and the property owners, and by the end of that period, people recognized that there's a much wider range of interests that were involved here, like education and access to knowledge. As the clock began to wind down on the extension in the 2010s, some anticipated that Disney and other copyright holders would push for another one, but that never materialized. Some argue that copyright holders recognized that another extension would face a storm of protest, and so they didn't try. At some point, it became clear that Mickey Mouse really would fall into the public domain. It's significant, Lessig said. Let's hope it's the opening of a new chapter. He continues to support reforms that would free up a vast body of cultural output that remains inaccessible because it lacked commercial value and its ownership cannot be determined. The biggest weakness in copyright is that we have no way to know who owns what, Lessig said. It's the most inefficient property system known to man. Disney will still have ways to protect Mickey Mouse after January 1st. The company will retain copyrights in the character's more modern versions for a few more years, and it has said that it will continue to defend its trademarks, which could limit what creators were able to do. This is very different than Winnie the Pooh, said Justin Hughes, a professor who specializes in intellectual property at Loyola Law School. When Winnie the Pooh fell into public domain, you could have Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. He argued that there is less leeway with Mickey Mouse because it is such a strong trademark. In 2007, Walt Disney Animation Studios adapted a clip from Steamboat Willie as its logo, strengthening its claim to the earliest version of Mickey. There will be some legitimate public domain uses, but people will have to be very careful that they don't trigger a legitimate trademark claim by Disney. Jenkins, however, rejects the idea that Disney can use trademark law to shut down creative expression. Trademarks are intended to protect brands, so long as artists do not try to pass off their work as coming from Disney, she said. They should not have a trademark issue. Mickey is registered as a trademark too. Didn't it do just that? Copyright shouldn't exist. Everything should be a free-for-all for the lulz? I disagree. Ted needs to understand that we gotta follow the Shrooms theme. It's too chaotic to talk about whatever, in my opinion. I would appreciate if you guys stayed on topic. I think, in general, with YouTube, right? With Twitch streamers, it's a bit more of a free-for-all, right? With Twitch streams, there's usually not a topic, and so people can kind of bounce around crazy, right? But, with YouTube streams, there's a topic, right? So yeah. Bad take, Pippa? Well, it's my stream, so fuck you. It's my stream! Back to the topic at hand. Topics are for losers. Get wrecked. Are people going off topic? People are desperate for edgy content and cannot just stay on the topic at hand. Disney's reputation for zealous copyright enforcement goes back decades, at least to the Air Pirates case. It was cemented by 2 incidents. Oh wait, I missed a part. Oh yeah, do not go start selling Disney merchandise, she added. Rosen said it might take litigation to settle the issue. I am looking forward to this. I am looking forward to people selling Steamboat Willie shit and seeing if Disney goes after them. I'm looking forward to seeing if Disney goes after them. Someone is going to make something Disney has to sue over. It's almost inevitable. Disney's reputation for zealous copyright enforcement goes back decades, at least to the Air Pirates case. It was cemented by 2 incidents in 1989. First, Disney sued the Academy Awards for an unauthorized portrayal of Snow White. Wait, they sued the Academy Awards? What? Isn't Disney like part of the Academy Awards, I thought? Welcome Lang, thank you. What? Trademarks require you to defend them. It's a waste of everybody's money to do that. Unknowingly Derpy, thank you. Does this mean that if you make a Mickey VTuber model, you're free to do so as long as you don't call yourself Mickey or part of the Disney brand? I think you're... I don't know. You know what? I don't know. I'm very curious about that. Pippa the Tyrant Bunny Queen, perfect Disney villainess, Bahamut, thank you. You can do a Steamboat Willie model for sure. Find out for us, bro. I'm not gonna test it. I'm not gonna fucking mess with that. Then it demanded the removal of murals featuring Disney characters from the walls of 3 daycare centers in Hallandale, Florida. But in recent years, Disney's copyright suits have slowed to a trickle. Oh. I don't know about you guys, but growing up, I saw lots of businesses and stuff using like Disney branding, right? That were obviously not owned by Disney. Studios have become more concerned with online piracy, which they typically don't fight in court. Instead, under the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, studios submit takedown notices, millions of them, to online platforms. Just saying they're running out of money. I don't know if it's running out of money, right? It seems like it did what they wanted it to do, right? Disney did a bunch of legal claims on people, right? Shut down a bunch of shit, and it created this idea, right? It created this sort of like it did kind of turn like Disney into a boogeyman, right? Now people know. Yeah, they were sending a message. It was to plant the idea that you can use Disney shit, right? A chilling effect. Like they don't need to continue doing the lawsuit shit, because they already did a bunch. Celine, thank you. Hey Pippi, my youngest sis loved your Christmas song. She said she thought the pink bunny girl was really pretty. It was super cute. Aw. Well, thank you. I'm glad she likes me. Max, thank you. Kind of like Nintendo, yeah. Kind of like Nintendo, but they're just more strict in general. I think that's due to Japanese copyright law, right? I don't know. Sega is very chill. Sega is a Japanese company, and they are very chill. So I don't know. Where are we? Studios have become more concerned with online piracy, which they typically don't fight in court. Instead, under the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, studios submit takedown notices. Copyright holders wish that processes were better at stamping out piracy. According to Rosen, they're far more focused on getting Congress to reform that system than they are extending copyright terms. That's clearly a higher priority, he said. Steamboat Willie has been available for free on YouTube for more than a decade, so Disney may not have much to lose from others' reuse of it. And without the thrill of the forbidden, Mickey may not hold that much appeal for parodists either. I doubt contemporary alternative cartoonists would see much gratification in satirizing Mickey, said Bob Levin, author of The Pirates and the Mouse, Disney's War Against the Counterculture. O'Neill said he targeted Mickey because he associated the mouse with Walt Disney's conservative politics and with President Nixon. Was Disney involved with President Nixon? HDDD, thank you. Nintendo's crazy about copyright because they watch Universal lose the copyright to King Kong in court. Ah. Ah. For others, he represents consumerism, cultural imperialism, or childhood nostalgia. Starting on January 1st, he will be free for all to reinterpret. We're stuck with Mickey Mouse, O'Neill said. He belongs to everybody. I love the comments. Walt Disney's head is rolling in its freezer. His head is probably mush since cryo is a scam. Look, I know you're only joking, but please don't insult Walt Disney's memory. Insult him all you want, he's dead and isn't going to read these comments, not to mention the man was terrible to his employees. Stupid fucking kitty face. I'm gonna insult him in his memory all I want. I do not care if he haunts me. That was a Weatherman reference? Mother Goose said, good, the intent was always that these things belonged to the world and everyone in it. The intent was always that these things were to be enjoyed by the world and everyone in it, not to claim them. I agree with Gene here. I agree with Gene here. Merry Christmas. Free Willy, about effing time. Jesus Christ. Nah, see, the liberals are already commenting. Shut up. Tactical Derby, thank you. I want to die. Keep up the good work, streamer. And streamer video win? What? What do you mean by this? I love Free Willy. Free Willy is a good movie. Free Willy used to be my favorite movie for a while when I was younger. Did you watch the trailer for the Mouse Boomer Shooter? No, hold on. Sentinel Rex, thank you. Imagine an alternate history where Walt Disney drew Sonic the Hedgehog instead of Mickey, and Sega made Mickey Mouse as their Genesis launch character. That would have never happened, though. Okay, Mickey Mouse Boomer Shooter? What's that actual game called? Mouse Shooter. Mouse trailer. Here we go. Bum, 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 bum. Is there no audio? Oh, I muted it! Da-da-da. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. Smoke like a boss. Fuzzy drink. Oh, roadkill, thank you. What's your favorite type of cheese? Pepper jack? Reminds me of Bioshock. Looks cool. Jim Rollins, thank you. Hate to be that guy, but Walt Disney was cremated. Was he? Was Walt Disney cremated? Is this from the Cuphead devs? I'm not sure. Do you guys know who made this game? For me, it's Gouda. Gar Gouda? He was frozen? Put in cryogenics? No, his head is frozen. Check description. Well, I was curious if chat knew. Huh. Mouse trailer? New Mickey Mouse-like FPS game? I'm not seeing... Wow, that was from 2023.
I have a feeling
that was so long ago. It was so long ago, chat. Fumi Games. I got the style down. Hope it's fun. I'm not terribly optimistic, actually. Like, I think it looks really good, right? But the gunplay kind of looks bad. Right? It doesn't seem... How do I say this? It doesn't seem like there's a lot of feedback, I guess. I don't know how to word my issue with it. It's like it feels very floaty. Yeah, it lacks impact. Hits don't read. There's no audio either. I mean, there was audio on some bits. There was audio on some bits. I think this is the part we just watched, right? Yeah, this is from the demo. Oh, maybe this is different? Sentinel Rex and you, Mickey Mouse. Are Mickey and Sonic both started as rabbits? It's closer than you think. They even had similar character designs. I don't think Mickey Mouse started as a rabbit. Right? Because Walt had a thing about mice before he made Mickey Mouse. Like, there's Oswald the rabbit. But Walt Disney himself had like a fixation on mice. Yeah, Oswald's a different character. Wasn't his original name Mortimer? Was Mortimer the original Mickey? Oswald first, then Mickey? Mickey was never a rabbit. There was Oswald, though. Yeah. Have you guys seen this? I'm getting distracted by game trailers now. Hold on, what's this? Oh, copyright. Da 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 da. I fucked it up. Invested goose, thank you. Mickey and Minnie are... What? What is this schizophrenia? What? Mickey and Minnie are phallic worshipping objects. They are the male and female pelvic bones used as faces. Same ship, same crew as the rest of them. Rip? What? 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 I would love some gameplay in this game trailer. That would be great. I would love gameplay in my game trailer. I know that's a concept beyond the comprehension of studios. But can you imagine in your trailer for a video game if you had gameplay in it? Man, game isn't done yet. Gameplay is 2/2013 for trailer. Is there any? Hold on. Jurassic Park survival trailer. Are there any trailers for the actual gameplay? I guess it's just I guess it's just an announcement trailer and there's nothing to it. That's annoying. Jurassic Park has a trend of having bad games, so it's fine. True. True. It's a Jurassic Park game, just don't buy it. Easy. Jurassic Park interactive novel. They're going to pre-order anyways. PS5 bros. Next Angels, thank you. Holy fucking shit, it's a dinosaur. Oh my god, what the fuck? Honestly, I have low expectations for the Jurassic Park game. As you should. As you should. Wasn't the zoo management game okay? The first one was. I never heard anything about the second one. Captain Seatar, thank you. So ungrateful, Pippa. I'm sure they spent a sizable chunk of the entire game budget on a very important cinematic. True. The cinematic probably cost more to develop than the actual fucking game. That made me want to go play Dino Crisis. There's a second one. Yeah, there's a second one of the Jurassic World management game. Zoo Tycoon. Jurassic Park would sound like a great VR game. True. There was an Ark VR game and it was dog shit from what I heard. I'm probably just gonna call it here for today. Kind of a shorter stream. But yeah. But yeah. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'll try and make it up to you guys tomorrow or something. Maybe. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow is Thursday. I have some stuff I have to do tomorrow, but just shorter stream. Just a shorter stream. No Twitch? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I'll hop on over to Twitch. Invested Goose, thank you. Look at the pelvis bones of both the male and female, then Mickey and Minnie, and tell me I'm wrong. Bro, I don't want to look at people's pelvises. That's kind of weird, champ. That's kind of weird. I don't want to be looking there. What? 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 Okay, I'm ending this. Oh, it's so cringe! I'll see you guys tomorrow! And if you're watching this today, come out on Twitch. Bye-bye!